Laravel 13.8 is out. This is part of Laravel's weekly release cycle, so it's doesn't really have any breaking changes, more so of just some sort of quality of life feature updates. With that said, let's dive in and take a look at some of the new features here. First up is queue-wide inspection methods. So the existing, reserved jobs, delayed jobs, pending jobs, they all required a specific queue name. And that means you had to check multiple queues requiring chaining calls. So basically right here, you can see before, this is how you had to do it. And then now, one call for all the queues. So that's pretty nice, especially if you're using these. Worker pausing and resuming events. Two new events, worker pausing and worker resuming, are now dispatched when a queue worker receives SIG user 2 or SIG CONT signals, respectively. These events give application visibility into worker state transitions, useful for logging or alerting when workers pause and resume during deployments. Assert session missing input. Test assertion. That's quite a mouthful. Test responses now include assert session missing input as the counterpart to the existing assert session has input. It accepts a single field name or an array of field names. And here's an example response: assert session missing input name, and then assert session missing input, the array of connection ID, repository, and source branch. This one's sort of neat. It's SortDirection Enum in the query builder. First off, says it's introduced in PHP 8.6, so I'm going to assume you have to be using PHP 8.6 to get this. But following the SortDirection Enum that was added to collections in 13.7, the query builder methods like order by descending, order by raw, they now accept the native PHP SortDirection Enum. And right here is the code example. You're just going to use the sort direction, and then here's an example: DB table users, order by name, and sort direction descending as the example. We now have an environment filter for schedule list. So you can call PHP artisan schedule list -- environment equals, and then whatever environment you want to check for. In this example here, we're doing production, but that kind of gives you an idea on how that's done. The foreign key definition class now accepts custom strings for onDelete and onUpdate beyond the standard cascade, restrict, no action, and setNull. This resolves a PHP stand conflict when using Postgres partial setNull syntax for composite foreign keys. Attribute middleware now merges with route middleware. And basically, previously, the middleware attribute on a controller or method was ignored if the route also had middleware defined through other means. Attribute-powered middleware now merges with middleware from other sources instead of being discarded. SQS queue connections now support named AWS credential providers. And you can see right here, config queue, SQS driver, and then the credentials would be your named provider. Along with the other enum, the mail default driver accepts enums. So now you can call mail set default driver, and you can say mail driver SMTP or whatever is defined as an enum. So as we said, this is Laravel 13.8 highlights. It is out, available today. All you have to do is run composer update. This is also just part of the weekly Laravel release cycle. So should be no breaking changes, and you should be free to just run that composer update. So go check it out, and we have the post on our website, so you can go check it out on Laravel News for all the details, also with links to the official changelog and the comparison between 13.7 and 13.8. So go check that out, and have a great day, and happy updating.